alert, RBT, Snaps in Chat, coming to you today, this lovely Wednesday, March the 25th. This month has flown by, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't believe it. But I got a good guest with me today, and I know y'all seen her with me on Sunday. Giving a shout out to Stephanie Winfery, y'all. If y'all out there right now, I'm gonna say it a couple times in case we missed, so we can catch everybody. I want y'all to get on that line and tell my girl happy birthday. Her birthday is actually tomorrow, but we're gonna celebrate it like it's today. Okay? Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being a part of the show with me today. You and I both have a lot of common issues in our life, as well as most of you all out there as well. We all go through different challenging changes in our life. So today the topic is when you're empathetic to people, they become pathetic. And we're going to dive into that. But right now I'm going to give a shout out to Out of the Mud Inc. for making this happen for us. George F. Grundy II and James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and Larry Lott. Want to give a shout out to them and MUA Jock for all, shop with her, y'all, for all your beauty needs at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. So today, man, I looked up a couple of words about empathetic individuals, pathetic individuals, and I found out a new word today, y'all. It's called sarcastic.
Really?
Sarcastic. There, people are psychotic and a little sarcastic mixed together, and I kind of like, wow, that was crazy. You know, y'all know I keep coming up with these weird words. My son gave me the one thangulation, and that's one of my favorites. Right. And now sarcastic. So yeah, that goes right along with other words like we use narcissist and things like that. So Stephanie, what would you say in today's life when you're empathetic to people? You're giving them a part of you. You're being concerned for them. You listen to them. You try to put yourself in their shoes. But soon as you do that, they turn around and make it seem like you're in their way.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That could go for our children, a relationship.
Yes.
Parents. You know, we parenting as well as the children. They make us feel like we in their way. When you're trying to help someone along, and we go with the kids first.
Yes.
And I'm talking about grown adult children.
Grown adult children. They want to be grown. And like you said, they don't know the definition of grown.
And we need to find out what the definition
Yes,
of
we
grown.
do. We really do.
Because I said that. We need to find out.
Yeah.
Because they throw that up at us all the time.
Mm-hmm. But they're grown, but guess what? Whose roof are they under?
Ours.
Who's paying their phone bills?
We are.
Who's making sure that they get to and fro where they need to go?
We are.
So again, we are empathetic to our own children in their situations, but then they become pathetic and think that we owe this to them, and we don't.
And we do not. We owe them nothing. We gave them life.
Yes.
We gave them a roof over their head.
Yes.
We fed them.
Yes.
We helped them with their education.
And their children.
And then their children. So now what else do we owe you? By this time, they should have enough ground to take off on their own. We should be able to cut the wings and let them fly.
But when we coddle them or don't hold them accountable for their own actions, they become, we pacify them.
When we become empathetic of them, when we become where we feel like we feel sorry for them, or we feel like we need to hold on to them, and we need to constantly help them. So that gets in the way until they become pathetic.
Yes.
They become like we owe them something. Like you said, like we are in their way.
Yep.
And
I agree.
I think it's they have to learn how to mature, and maturity plays a big part in that.
It does. I should have looked that word up too and read the correct definition of grown and mature.
Mature. And I don't know if Grundy can pull it up, you know, if we can get the definition of grown, because we have these children once they turn 21, or some of them when they turn 18.
I'm grown.
I'm grown.
Okay, you're grown. Well, can you show me what grown means? Are you on taking care of your own home?
Yes.
And the one thing that bothers me a lot is I don't mind opening my doors and sharing my world with my family, my children, my friends. But the biggest problem I have is when you misconstrue that the house or the belongings that I have in there is mine and not yours. And you can't just do it whatever you want to do with it. You have to respect my home and my wishes because I am being empathetic to you in your time of need.
And we spoil them.
Very much so.
And then they take it for granted.
Then they become pathetic.
It's
maybe we're the pathetic ones for putting up with the right. empathetic things. You know, maybe we should just say, the heck with pathetic?
Yeah. It might be us.
And you know what? Well, hey, I might have to reanalyze myself.
My mother, she said, it's your fault.
I've been told that.
She said, it is your fault. You did not discipline her. You did not do this. You did not do that. And I said, you know what? You're right.
And we pay the cost.
And I did that because sometimes we become like that because if it's a one-parent home,
yes,
we want to fill the void. So we do extra. You know, we feel like we're compensating for the other person not being there.
I understand.
And then sometimes there could be illnesses, you know, they might have health issues or whatever the case, and they had a hard time, you know, getting through high school, or it could be anything like that.
Okay. You can go and read that one.
So grown, it says grown is the past what is that? Participle of the verb grow. An adjective describing someone or something that has reached full development, maturity, or adulthood. As an adjective, it means adult, a grown woman, a fully developed. It is also indicates that a plant or animal has increased in size. So now that's what they call grown. So because you are grown, do that give you the right to be disrespectful to your parent?
No, it doesn't.
I think the old school grown, like my mother said, is when you're able to pay your own way.
Pay your own way.
Pay your own way. When you're able to pay your own way,
then you're grown.
Then you're grown.
I believe that because I used to think that I was grown when I was 15 years old. I was out doing whatever I wanted to do, go where I wanted to go. Then when I turned 16, my mom passed away. So I had a baby. So I just knew I was grown, but I didn't have nothing of my own. Not anything. I lived with my grandmother. Then I lived with my aunt. Then I lived with my cousin who I really looked up to as an aunt. And all these things I went through, I didn't really consider myself grown until the first time I got my own house and a job.
Yes.
Then I felt grown. And nobody could tell me what to do in my house.
Nobody. Oh, that's deep.
We got some people here. Okay, they say happy birthday. All right, y'all. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Yes, sarcastic. Willie, look that up. I'm telling you, it's a new word to use. And Willie also said happy birthday.
Thank you.
And Willie said, is this true for men and women? I often find myself telling my wife, you got to let these kids live and learn. True. Yeah. And I'm going through that. My dearest cousin, God rest his soul, he said that to me so many times. DT told me so many times, stop pacifying them kids. Stop doing this. You don't have to pick up the pieces for them when they fall. You don't have to do that. Let them figure it out. And I really, really wish that I had paid attention to that situation. And what did Willie say?
My grandma also told me that grown is not an age. It's when you are able to care of yourself, pretty much.
Yep, that's true.
And that is so true. And these children now, I think they just feel like, and I get it, because like you said, I kind of felt like that too. But I got married. I was married at the age of 20.
Oh wow.
I was married and I got married, but I felt the responsibility of being
a grown woman. Okay.
When the bills hit you, That's when you know, oh my goodness. And I tell mine, you're gonna see what grown really is. When your mother is not there to pick up the pieces, when your mother's not there to pay your consumer bill, when your mother's not there to pay your rent, when your mother's there and not there to help you with your car note
And your phone bills.
and all of that, your phone
Mm-hmm.
bill, all of that, you're gonna find out what grown is really quick. But
Mm-hmm.
we have to hold ourselves accountable as
Yes.
parents.
And I'm trying to do that right now. Like, I'm
We
really,
have to
really trying
you yeah,
to hold myself
we
accountable.
have to because we sometimes it's our fault.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
So
our fault.
I had to realize I had to put my foot down, because my biggest pet peeve is I'm a stickler when it comes to, if I gotta work all day earning my keep, while it's people in my house that don't have nothing else to do but cost me money with
Mm-hmm.
my energy, my
Mm-hmm.
water, anything that you use
Mm-hmm.
is costing me money.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm at work and nobody's at my house, I know exactly what's costing, what my bill should look like. I can't judge that
Mm-hmm.
when I got a house full of people and nobody's doing
Yes.
nothing but me.
And you're on a budget. You
Yeah.
got X amount of dollars set aside for the water bill, X amount of dollars for this,
For the
you
car note, for
for
the
the car note,
mortgage.
so that you know what you're dealing with for your own personal self. Because now we're getting neglected. I can't even get my hair done, my nails done because of all the extra stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do like when they do get a chance to help out, buy food, or give a little money here and there on a bill or whatever. That's
Absolutely.
fine. I love that. But the thing is, don't think you're doing me a favor because you're giving me this little bit of, I don't want to call it chump change, but I'm going to call it chump
Some
change.
change.
Because when I calculate what I got to put out compared to what you giving in, it don't match. It don't even
It's
teeter tot.
falling off the radar.
That's my pocket money. You
It's
know what I'm
falling off.
saying?
And I think my thing is, I think if some of these children, grown adults, was more appreciative,
Have a little more empathy for us.
us, yep, and show more effort and trying to move forward and getting their lives together, and we can see progress, I wouldn't mind.
Exactly.
I would not mind. My mother,
Exactly.
I remember it was a saying, as long as you help yourself, I help you.
Yep.
And my mother, if I didn't help myself, she did not help me.
You know what? I wish somebody would have did that to me. My
Yeah,
grandmother was basically like, I'm gonna make sure that y'all are taken care of, but you ain't gonna be in here doing this and doing that. You're gonna have to do what I'm telling you to do. And when I didn't want to do what somebody telling me to do in their house, I got my own.
right.
But I had to respect her in her house, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do what she requested of me.
Respect.
And that goes a long way. And without trying to be a beehive to people or a situation, I have to realize that if I'm giving my all in this place that I call home, and I'm allowing others to be here, why can't you give me some credibility to say, you know what, I see you working every day. I see you struggling. I know let me put more effort when I'm going out here to find a job. Let me put more effort and follow up and do this. Let me get my life together so that I can get from under the wing of you, so I can be my own person, my own grown
Absolutely.
adult. But when you, like you said, if you I see you help yourself, then I'll help you.
I don't mind. But when I see you partying
Oh yeah, that's a
and
big one.
you wasteful of money and you're not taking care of your responsibilities, like whatever you have to do at the Secretary of State, whatever you have to do, with a job interview, whatever you have to do getting your license, whatever it is that you have to do to make progress, I will support you. But when I don't see that, oh, that blows my wig back.
And
Literally.
I'm guilty of taking a blind side to that. I'm guilty of turning the other cheek
Yeah.
and still trying
And giving
to
excuses.
pacify the situation. But I'm over that now. And it took all this time for me to say, you know what? I'm putting my foot down and I mean it this time. I'm not playing when it comes to my life, my I don't want to be stressed out. I'm not trying to have a stroke. I'm not trying to go through any of that. I like peace when I come home.
Yeah. And
I like peace.
I'm gonna tell you another reason why now parents, like he was saying, his wife, or however, might deal with the children. See, these are different times.
Yes, they are.
When we was coming up, the crime wasn't like it is now. We was fist fighting out here. We wasn't shooting. you know, the and the killings, the robberies, and all this other crazy stuff that's going out here in the world. And I do get that. We're living in a different age and we're living in a different time.
Yes, we are.
So, you know, when I was coming up, the cell phones, we had beepers, you know. We had beepers.
And we can put a message in the beeper. People understood.
I get a beep. Somebody beep, 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 beep.
Run to that landline.
I'm running to the payphone. And then it's a line. Everybody at the payphone. I'm like, Lord, can I get this call? How long you gonna be? You know, it was that type of thing. So now the cell phones is out, and we get our children cell phones so at 9, 10 years old for safety. But now they're playing the games, they on social media, and it's taking over a mental space.
Yes, yes.
You know, it's taking over them communicating. Their communication skills is down. You know, a lot of things is down, but it's because of the way times are. We give them this stuff because of safety purposes.
Right.
And I get it. So I understand why we might cling on and clinch on to our children a little bit more now than our parents did and their parents did, because the time and you know,
the times are very different.
But we have to get strong and have and know that we're raising our children the best that we can, and we're putting in good knowledge into them and giving them the tools and fuses to thrive.
Yes, and they really need that, because just like you said, with how things are now in the day and age that we live, if we didn't do the things we're doing now, it makes us worry even more.
Yes.
And then we'll be a little more ourselves going crazy about trying to make sure that they're taken care of and that they're covered and that they are safe.
Yeah.
And that's a 4-letter word.
Safe.
But it's so powerful and so big, because I want to be safe in my own home. I don't want, you know, somebody who at my house or frequent my house to be out in the world doing crazy stuff. And then people know you at my house and they want to come and shoot up my house or come over and break in my house or whatever. I don't want that.
Right.
You know, so I have to pick and choose the type of company I even keep.
Absolutely.
You know,
because of these some terrible times now.
Very terrible times.
And because of that too, we get fearful as parents, because soon as we hear something on Facebook, oh, what kind of car was they driving, you know, and we making those phone calls to check on
your people. That's
check on your people. You know, we doing that type of stuff now. So I get it, but it's got to be a cutoff.
It has to be,
because if it's not a cutoff, now we are creating a disaster. We're creating monsters, and I'm not saying literally. It's something that we can't control anymore. It's getting out of our hands, and as parents, we must always stay in control of our household, our space, our
house
energy.
in order.
Yes, our mental. And then
I can remember my daughter telling me one day, she was like, Mama, she was like, why you getting so worked up about it? They don't have to be over this and that. You're going to stress yourself out. I need you to calm down. Because I was like so heated that everything, my arms was tightening up on me. You know, I was very upset, mainly, here's the kicker, mainly at me, at myself. Because I sat and allowed this to manifest as long as it did.
Yes.
I had to say to myself, you know, what's wrong with you, girl? You ain't gonna let no stranger or nobody else come in here and do that. Why are you allowing this from the people you love?
And that's what it is.
And I have to draw the line now.
It's because we love them, and we don't want to see no harm. And before, you know, we might not want to put our children out because it's crazy out there. And we're trying to keep you safe, because I don't want to get that phone call.
Exactly.
I don't want to get that phone call. So therefore, I'll take all the smoke you give me, because I don't want.
Because you want them to be safe.
I want them to be safe.
I had, when we was talking yesterday, I wrote a note and I said, you open up to help people, and then they expect your generosity to always happen, just naturally, right? But soon as their time comes, or they get a little pocket change, or something happened for them, you're stuck with everything that they left on you, whether it be anxiety, stress, a bill, or whatever. And then you get an attitude from them like, how dare you ask me for money? How dare you want something from me? But all along, you've been giving.
So we opened up the door for that, right?
That's what I'm saying. I had to be mad at myself first. And that's when I said I had to put my foot down. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not. When I was told that a person says to me, I don't care, but they use the F word, I don't care, and you should see, you should know. Now I'm going to show that person
what I don't care
what
means.
I don't care means. With the
I can
F word.
show, like my mother say,
how it don't, because I don't have to do any of those things.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
Ooh, that used to be a good one.
What's
some of them old sayings
I can show you better than I can tell you. That was one of my
don't
mother's favorite ones.
Don't let your mouth write a check your behind can't cash.
That's another good one too.
There's a couple of them. I remember my grandmother said a lot of them. I'm gonna take a quick minute though and shout out some of our other podcasters. If y'all out there, hey y'all, y'all be watching and seeing. So on Sunday we kick off with Sassy T at 6. That's Stephanie and I on Sassy T. We usually come up with some good topics.
Oh yeah,
we get to the nitty gritty on that show.
Yes.
And then on Mondays you got RJ from the 3rd floor. He comes on at 4. And then you got also on Monday Lessons with Larry. And at that show, you got Stephanie Winfery on that show. You got Juice the Truth. You got Money Mike. They're all on that show as well. And then later on Monday, you got His and Hers. They're popular now. Not now, but they are bringing popularity into the show. It was very interesting watching it on Monday this week. It's called Monday Matters with the His and Her show, and that's on Mondays at 9. And then on Wednesdays, of course, Red Alert, RBT, Snaps, and Chat. I usually have a different host. Sometimes I'm alone, but it's okay. And then also on Wednesdays, you have Juice the Truth. She's your host on that show. Then Thursdays, we got Raw Conversations with RJ Leary and Envy. And then on also Thursdays, we got Therapy Thursdays with TT Manchi. And her host on there is Sola Noor. I think I'm saying that right. And RJ Leary. Also on Thursdays, Connected and Protected with Daru. He's on at 9. Check him out, y'all. Hey, when you see him, you like, I feel like Black Power. Really? Whenever I see him on the show.
And sometimes I'll be missing it.
Yep. And then on Friday, I'm sorry, not on Friday. And then sometimes Monday, I forgot, on Thursday, also Thursdays with the 3rd. His show, whenever you catch him on, it's because of the talent that he uses and where he's at. You'll catch him different Thursdays, but he goes on Thursdays. And then anytime Monday through Sunday, you can catch James Mayfield, the Greatest Mayfield Show. So tune in to all of the Out of the Mud podcasts. We can fill you up for the week.
Yes,
we got some stuff.
Well, good information,
good topics.
Oh, don't
let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Yeah, you didn't put that part on there, Willie. I ain't see that part, but yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, I remember that one too. And don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
Yep, that is so true. That is so true.
Back there.
That's all right. We got a little special guest today. She's enjoying herself. But I'm gonna tell you though. So, but also one other quick subject about that. George had mentioned at our meeting we had that it is good to have children around to come and see these things at hand and not just, watching it on TV or on the phone. Yeah. They're actually here. So, I thought about that. I was like, because I brought my grandbabies a couple times here. Okay. So, I love that Out of the Mud is family oriented. Mm-hmm. They understand that things happen and we have to do what we have to do as grandmothers and mothers.
Yep. And this is me.
Oh, not the Wi-Fi button,
not
baby.
Not the Wi-Fi button.
But so another thing that we do when it comes to the empathetic situation is we sacrifice a lot. When we sacrifice a lot and give more than what we intended to, I think that the disrespect comes from the other individual as we have to do this.
Right.
I don't think there's ever a reason for anything that we do to assist or help someone, because empathy and being empathetic, I'll tell you the full definition. It says possesses the ability to understand and share the emotions, perceptives, and the experience of others. And when we do that, that means I feel what you're going through and I want to help. Legitimately, I want to help with all my heart. I want to be there for you. I want to help you.
Yeah.
But then when I do that, that don't mean take advantage of me or take my kindness for weakness. That's another good one.
They do that.
And so then for a pathetic, I said is a person, someone who evokes feelings of pity, sadness, or contempt due to being weak or helpless, judgmental, absurdly, inadequately. These are things that describe people that become pathetic. And of course, sarcastic.
Yes.
I like that word, sarcastic. It's a blend of sarcastic and psychotic. It's describing someone whose sarcasm is so extreme that it is unclear if they are joking or unstable.
Yes. And
now
that's deep.
You don't know who's unstable now in these day and ages, because somebody can be laughing at you talking about, yeah, I'm gonna keep on messing with me, I'm gonna knock the mess out of you, I'm gonna blow your head off, and then they don't smile and they look at you seriously,
and that's
that guy Rob Reiner, is that his name? The guy that was on Archie Bunker show.
Yes.
What's his name? Rob Reiner. What was that show called? All in the Family.
All in the Family.
His son or sons apparently took him and his wife out.
Yeah. Oh yes. And what was that all about?
I didn't follow all of the story, but I do know that. And then look like the Menendez brothers. Just all kinds of stuff. So you never know what's gonna make somebody snap.
I know it. But they said that he had a little bit of some issues prior to that, and they knew about it, and they tried to get him some help.
Oh wow.
But sometimes help ain't enough, and that's where you do as children. What do we do? Because sometimes we know our children need help, but what do we do? And then we try to give them the help and it's not working. So what do we do as parents?
George, you got something to say?
Yeah, so when you get into those extremes to where those that you care about are, their tempers go beyond reality, or beyond common sense, you have to get other. That's why the police and other organizations were created. Not necessarily for what they do now, but for situations like this. Why mental health clinics are open. This is why all these different organizations and hospitals and such are open.
I didn't know they still had mental health clinics.
Yeah, they still put people up. Was that third floor on Hurley? It might not still be the third floor.
But, they do.
But so I had. I run a veterans organization for the past 10 years. I had probably 2 years ago, somebody reached out to me, and their son, who's a veteran, he had checked out. He had a great job once he got out of the military and everything. Everything was going great for a couple of years, and then it just hit him and he checked out. So he lost his situation, and he ended up staying with his parents. And they had told me they had to keep their door locked every night for the last couple years. So even though they care about their son, you got to call folks for the things that you don't understand. Just like you call on the Lord for stuff you can't handle. That's why you got the pastor, the church. That's why you got the hospital. That's why all these different resources out here are for people that have created the reason why they are open. So, and then having conversations like this is very. This is a real conversation you guys are having, a reality of life, and who knows what that's going to take when you get back home. Like, was you talking about me? Or what's going on? Those kind of things, and I'm speaking to whoever's listening, is that you can't put yourself in a position to where people have to ask for help in situations where they because they don't know what else to do.
Right.
You have to figure out some things, go your way, but you can't lash out and become a demon or a devil just because your pride is messed up or because you are slightly embarrassed. That those things come and go. And it's something that we have to, in our community, use the resources that are available.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to call the crazy folks on you, the crazy kids, or the police.
Yeah.
And it's not snitching. It's not. It's called. I don't know what to do. I'm parroting. Find something. It used to be called the Yellow Pages, but use your phone and ask ChatGPT or Google Gemini or whatever AI or web search, what do I do in this situation? Just like you do anything else when you use the internet.
Yep.
I need to tell you
because it's almost like, to me, sometimes I feel it's like an attention getter for them. Like they want the help, but they don't believe they need the help. They know they want it, but they don't believe they need it, and they want the attention, so they act out accordingly.
You're dealing with people that created half the buttons that you got. So
it's true.
And they know how to push them, and they know where they are.
Yep.
So even when you've grown and adjusted yourself and you on this path to growth, they looking like, yeah, I know it's still there.
Triggers. They
Yeah.
want to trigger, and that's why I said I have to be mad at myself first, hold myself accountable, and say, you know what? I allowed this to happen too long in my life, and now I'm putting my foot down, and I'm done. Because there's nothing that I need from anyone other than the respect and love, especially if you're under my roof. That's it. That's it. And I don't want people to think that, I do like the living alone, but I also don't mind sharing my space. And sometimes sharing my space becomes overwhelming, and then I'm like, what's the word my friend used? I'm sacrificing all of my home amenities for other people.
Yeah.
So I'm secluded to one area because I want to make sure you okay and you feel good and you're enjoying yourself. But then it don't get perceived that way or come back to me. When I lived with my grandmother, I knew when she got out of work, if that kitchen wasn't clean, I was going to catch HELL.
Oh my goodness.
And I also knew that when I lived with my mom and dad, if I didn't eat all of my food, how hard it was food to come by, I was getting trouble. I had to sit at that table until every bite was gone.
Because she had her rules.
Exactly. Because I was under their roof, listening, abiding by what my parent or grandparent wanted me to do.
So, my parents will let me. I had the keys to my parents' home. I can come and go anytime, but they have times, rules, and all those things, and I abide by those things. When I got to a point where even when I moved back to Flint, and it got to a point where I don't want to abide by all of those rules, so I slept in my vehicle, until I got my situation together. If a person don't have enough respect for the people that are allowing them the favor of using what they have, then sometimes you got to set up rules and regulations and change the locks. And my thing is put up an exit strategy for them and yourself. Okay, I got 90 days worth of temperament left. And after 90 days, there's no more. The locks getting changed, everything's changing. So we're past negotiation. This is just gotta go. And if it gets worse, then that timeline moves from 90 to 60. If it gets worse, it's from 60 to 30.
To 30,
If
exactly.
it gets worse than that, then
immediately
I'm gonna just have to call the law on you because you not getting it.
Yep.
And you want to be something I ain't raised you to be.
Exactly.
And I think that's where kind of the fear come in at. So that 90 days is up, right? We didn't drew the boundaries, and now the 90 days is up, and now we didn't put them out. Now here come the gray hairs, and the losing
From
the
worrying.
weight from worrying. And I think we try to divert from the worry, and we accept the things that we should.
I did. I like people quit. When I quit drinking, I quit cold turkey. Like how some people quit smoking cold turkey. When I realized that I was being manipulated, lied to, taken advantage of, I put my foot down and said, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
Hello, is that Juice? Says Erica Walker. Hey, lady. Hey.
Happy belated birthday, Juice.
Oh, happy belated birthday to you too as well. All these Aries in the building. So my granddaughter's birthday was yesterday as well. So okay.
Hers was Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Okay, Juice.
Okay,
I didn't know
Juice.
I didn't know she was an Aries.
All right now. That's my daughter-in-law's birthday. The 23rd. Yeah, so it's all right. Let's just take over this month. It's Aries Nation.
Aries Nation.
What the kids do?
That's the rat. We threw the rat.
That's like the Superman almost. So you know
Yeah, it
what I'm
is.
saying? That's
So
crazy.
real quick, going back to what you were saying earlier, if you don't stick to the boundaries, then it becomes resentment, and then that resentment says that you want to let go of one of the closest people to you
Yeah.
because you don't know what else to do. But if you let them go, let them hit their head, and with my parents too, I had, in some cases, I had to, like, y'all got to stop helping. I just talked to y'all and told y'all that I'm going through something. I ain't asking for no help because if I keep, once y'all gone, who I'm going to ask?
Right.
So
So
I
you
got to
got to
figure
figure
some
it
stuff
out.
out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
But at least you was mature enough to
but I had to grow to that too because I
Okay.
had to, I'm somebody's child too. So I had
Right.
my, like, they gonna let me, or so I had to get to that point. Like, what am I doing? Like, look, I done did all these different things out in the world, and my parents, like, stop playing, dude. Stop playing with
Are
their
you an
time,
only
money.
child?
No. I have a younger sister, and an older
Okay.
brother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get to a point, which has been years, a lot of years, that I had to make sure that I was doing my part for me in my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of the things too. Like nobody wants thank you, Juice the Truth. Nobody wants to turn their back on their family. Nobody wants to do that. And nobody wants to embarrass them or call them out or whatever. But we have to, as adults, grown men and women, we have to say, you know what? I gave you a demand. I set the boundaries. I open up my world for you. If you can't respect that, then the world is out there for you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I will worry and be upset or hurt, making not knowing what you're doing, where you at, whatever. But once again, I had to say to myself, is it worth it for me? Because I'm the one. Because when I'm 6 feet under, where you gonna go? Like George just said, when your parents aren't there anymore to do for you, what are you going to do? Where are you going to be? Because you can't do it on your own right now. You've shown us, most of the kids nowadays will show their parents that I don't care what you go through. I don't care what you do. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. And then they want to tear up stuff, throw out stuff, run off, whatever they do. But at the end of the day, they got to come back because they ain't got nowhere else to go. And they think the people out there is your friends. They want to feed you the drug, feed you the alcohol, feed you all these things, but they can't help you get a job. They can't take you to work. They can't pick you up from work. Can't help you with your kids getting to the doctor. None of those things. But they quick Johnny on the spot to be right there. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Dangle this all in your face. Come on with me.
Yeah.
And that part bothers me because I remember when I was young and I had people that did that to me, and my mother was already dead and gone. And my grandmother said those exact words to me. Said, you're gonna mess around and find out what the street life is really like. You're gonna get caught up, you're gonna get caught up in the streets, and there ain't gonna be nothing nobody can do for you.
Yeah.
And I had to figure it out fast, especially at 16 with a baby.
Yeah.
My mother passed away.
Oh, wow.
I had to figure that out. And since then, I've been on my own, and I'll be 55, God willing, April 19th.
So now,
just so you know.
So now, question. So you had to figure it out at a young age, not having a mother, right?
Right. And father on drugs.
So now, why do you think, or we can't have the strength to do our children like that?
Well, I think that's a two-part question answer. So the first answer I would say, had my life expired long before I'm able to sit here and say this, then I would think that my children would have experienced a different type of life because my mother gone already.
Right. They wouldn't have,
they would have had no maternal instinct or nothing going on. My father, all that would have been gone. Yeah. So I can't really answer that part, but I will say this: I guaranteed it would be a lot of suffering.
Yeah.
Now the other part of that I would say is when I realized that the things that I'm allowing to happen in my house or to me, my parents or my grandparents never would allow that. So yes, I didn't hold myself accountable enough to say, let me think about this. Are you going to be able to survive when I'm not there? Hello, TT Manchi. Are you going to be able to survive if I'm not here? Now I think those things, but I gotta set boundaries and say, you know what? I'm trying to live, but I don't need you to stress me out. So I can't have all that heaviness on my heart. So yes, I have to learn to turn the other cheek, like I said, and say no and walk away and let you figure it out. You know, sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm only human too. You know, I'm a single person. I got one job.
Yeah.
And I got to make ends meet the best way I can.
They don't even realize what we go through.
Nope.
How much stress,
how much empathy we give to them,
and sacrifice that we give, and because of that, it should be empathy for us.
It should be a lot of it, a lot of it. You know, so
if you were dating a person doing you like that, what would people tell you doing?
If you were dating a person that's doing
that treating you like how you saying you being,
they tell you stupid. You stupid. Why are you in this relationship? Why are you being gaslit by this person? Why are you putting up with it? You need to walk away, get out, you know, put them out. They'll say all those things.
Yeah. Good question.
So relationships are just variants of how you deal with certain people.
Exactly.
And not everybody needs to be in certain parts of your life. Your children are always going to be a part of your life, but it's certain parts of your life that they're not always supposed to be privy to.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All amen.
Right. Amen. Skylar Jones said amen. Good question, GF.
Yeah.
Hey, just tuning in. Hey. Man, I'm telling you, it is so powerful, y'all, with the empathy or empathetic ways that we give an issue out, and then people become pathetic toward us.
Yes.
Or just in general out in the world. You know, you look at it like, what? You're just so pathetic today. Look at you. You ain't even gave 2 second thoughts about where your life is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah. And then when we do say those type of things and we pull a tailcoat, now we being insensitive. Now we don't understand. We don't understand, and you don't know that was during your time. This is a different new generation. You know, I had to go through that generational thing. No, it's just a new day.
Exactly. Exactly. We have to level up.
So can I play devil's advocate a little bit?
Go right ahead.
Okay, Ma. I see how you trying to do me. But do you remember such and such when such and such that? And that's why I'm all messed up now.
Ooh. I've heard that. And
one.
I've heard, you know, that's why I don't read the messages now, because it's you doing too much, you saying too much.
I mean, what do you say to that? You know,
then I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I don't have to say anything. And I stopped. I'll say 1 or 2 different things, and then I'm done. Because at that moment, I feel myself getting too stressed out, and it ain't worth it for me, because I'm living and taking care of me.
I'm trying to move a little bit deeper than that.
Okay.
With both of y'all. So, okay. So I'm out here, you know what I'm dealing with. You see the world and how it's treating me. I done tried everything. I done did everything I'm supposed to do, and it ain't doing me right. And you see it. You see what's going on in my life. And you just don't care. You just want me out here. You want me to crash.
I would definitely say
we playing devil's advocate.
I know. I would be like, you know what, boy, let me tell you something. You don't know what life is like yet. You out here making up things because you're not really applying yourself. You're not really putting your best foot forward to make it happen. Yes, you get on the internet and you fill out an application. Yes, you get on the phone and call a few people. But where is the follow-up? Where is you getting out there saying, hey, can you come take me over here? Let me go see what's going on about this job. Or let me try to build myself up in your eyes and let you see that I'm trying to do something. I'll be like, you know what? I ain't got time for that. You made your own bed. All I had to do was raise you till you were 18 and take care of you and clothe you and feed you. I don't have to do that anymore. No. Don't take my kindness for granted, because I let you get away with so many things. I let you do so many things that put me in jeopardy. All right. Thank y'all for holding on. Willie
Here,
said,
over here.
I would
I'll be right.
say if figure either you can't figure either or are yourself, then you have to agree to do everything. I tell you, until you are able to figure it out. Whenever I say, uh-oh, I missed what he figure it out yourself. Whenever I say that, they come up with a plan. That's true. I do that at work. I tell the girls, I say, before you come to me with a problem, you have to have two solutions. My motto at work is NPOS. No problems, only solutions. That means if you got an issue, you got to come to me with two solutions that possibly could work. Now, maybe they might not work, maybe they will, but I need you to have at least two things you thought about to do to work out this situation.
So one thing I would like to say about this is not a color issue. This is an American issue
It
because
is an American issue, yes.
dealing with my veteran organization, it's about even on everybody that's dealing with this transition of how to deal with their children that are grown adult children. So it's not just an isolated thing. It's
No,
just
it's
something
not.
that's not spoken about in order to create the
Exactly.
solutions.
Exactly. A lot of people are afraid to talk about it because, like what Stephanie said, they're some people are afraid of their children, and that's a big issue in America, not just in our city. Some people are they pacify their children too much, they spoil them too much. I agree with what Willie said. Basically, you got to get them out, put them out there. Oh, somebody said something. I want to try to read that. Uh, it's nature. Oh, nurture versus nature. Women are nurturers. Men, what are we doing? Men help shape children into the nature of being. This is a phenomenon that is happening more frequently because of single mother homes. That's true. There's some single father homes too, though.
But based on how I understand statistics in single father homes, there are fewer issues in the same light that there are in single mother homes.
Yep. I do believe that. I believe that. Do you think it could be because the mother has more empathy than what a father would have?
It's the natural
The
authoritarian
natural authority.
part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like your child might listen to you after you say it 15 times,
Mm-hmm.
or after an extreme situation. But normally, when a father comes along after it's done, he ain't. It's it. I'm gonna leave you out here on the side of the road. You figure out how to raise yourself.
My bonus mother from church. I remember a story she told me that one of her kids was doing something outrageous or not listening or whatever, and she told me, get out. You ain't got to, and you better not leave the yard. He had to get out of the house, but he couldn't leave. And he ended up sleeping outside. He's out on the picnic table. I think he's at a picnic table. But the thing is, and that was a single parent home, I believe, at the time. I could be wrong, but I do know that some women do have the authority, and they do set the boundaries. Sometimes it's the child that thinks that they owe this to them. I think that's an
Women
issue.
raise amazing people, but that shouldn't be the standard. Just
Correct.
because women raise amazing people, and that we have a lot of successful people that are raised in single mother homes, that is not and should not be the standard or the ideal of what's supposed to happen in life. So it's just something that has to, over the whole board, we have to understand that a unit is the best thing for children.
It is.
It's the best thing to help to, if you can't figure this part out, he should be able to figure it out. If he can't figure it out, you should be able to figure it out. But we are where we are, and now people need to have those conversations in order to figure out what the solutions are for this, because this, you talking about folks that are, I'm 48. My parents are in their 70s, 60s. My mother's 69. My father's 73. So you're talking about folks from my generation and younger. that are dealing with these issues. And that's going to be real. There's going ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing once the boomers are gone. Once people in my parents' generation are gone and older.
Yep, that's true.
Because I some of my mentors, I see what they deal with. Not I ain't about to, but it's the folks from that generation. They made all the money based on our economy in our country. They have a lot of stashed up stuff, and they were able to do a lot for their children. And now it's like folks don't know how to get themselves out of a plastic bag. They just know how to act and make problems. And that's not, ain't nobody gonna be able to run no country or a city. Nope. or vacuum with the mentality that's going on right
exactly. Now. Man, I want to take a moment again to give some shout out to Out of the Mud for allowing us to do this today. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Y'all know we always pull back through after anything that happens. I want to give a shout out to George F. Grundy II for always being here to make it happen so that we Sunday through Sunday can do these things on the podcast. And also James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, who's always making it happen for us as well. The vision, they had this vision, and this vision is becoming a reality for all of us. And also to Larry Lott, who's bringing a lot of lessons to the table. So shout out to all of them. And anyway, Jock, shop with her for all your beauty needs at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. Oh man, and I want to give a shout out to April, the oil lady. Check her out on Facebook. It's April Williams. Oh man, the oils are banging, y'all. I'm telling you. And Keith Cosmetics. I don't have her call log, but I will. I got to get it together. Just want to make sure like, share, and subscribe to all the podcasters. You can check us out on X, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. I think I got it this time, did I? I try to remember them, y'all. It's a lot going on in my mind because I be doing a lot of stuff too.
I'm trying to stay on the show.
You is on the show. It's a wonderful thing. Now, see, this is what mothers. This is the other thing about what we just talked about when we kind of lost connection. Being a mother, your job is never done. You are a mother to your grandchildren. You are a mother to your grown children. We become the product of our own environment. So we have to take out of our day to do what we do to assist our children and their children when I don't think that we really get the credit that where it's due.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
I can recall all the time leaving work early. That's cutting into my paycheck.
Yes.
To pick people up from work, drop them off at work, get people from school, drop them off at whatever I had to do. I'm a dedicated person. I'm going to do that. But where is the pour back into me?
We don't get it.
We don't get it. So let's see. We on LinkedIn, Out of the Mud on Snap. Okay, Snap. Okay, YouTube, Snapchat.
Okay.
All right. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook.
Is that
Spotify? Instagram.
Okay.
TikTok.
I didn't know we was on Spotify.
I didn't either. But check us out. Let it rip. Like, share, and subscribe on all of those platforms
and
if you will.
Follow.
Follow.
When you follow, that means that when any of the podcasters come on, it'll pop up and let you know that we are, or one of us is getting ready to have a show. So even if you just click follow, that'll get you linked in where you can follow us.
Yes. George, watch out.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, so being empathetic to people's needs can sometimes put you in a bad place. Being empathetic to I was like, what are you doing? Being empathetic to people's situations can also alter your situation.
Right.
Being empathetic to someone who basically shows you that they're not really caring too much about where they're going in life, what they're going to do in life, will affect your life. So each and every time you find yourself being empathetic to someone, be cautious. Be cautious, because when that empathetic turns into pathetic, You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself.
Nobody. That's
I blame
right.
myself for a lot
All
of things,
the time.
but
Me
not
too.
anymore. I've set my boundaries. I put my foot down.
That's
I am
because
no
you didn't
longer.
took accountability.
I did. Yes.
You're finally taking accountability and sticking to it.
I'm going to.
And now hopefully you get a better result.
I hope so. I really do, because I love my people.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely love my children. I want nothing but the best for them. Stephanie.
Because this is why
I want nothing but the best for them.
This is why I'm going through right here.
But I can no longer give up my mental space and status and my stress level to please or alter or change or help. I'm willing to help and do whatever I have to do, but I can no longer. I feel so strong about that now. I feel better about myself when I realize that I can say no and mean it.
And feel good about it.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
So it sounds like you want to do it on your own terms and not others' terms. Because when others are in your environment, they create the terms that you have to deal with.
It ain't that they create them, I have to do it. They create them that I abide by because I want to make sure they're okay. But it alters my space. It alters my mental thinking.
You're living by their terms.
Yes, living by their terms. And I don't have to.
Right.
Because it's not like if the shoe was on the other foot and I had to live with someone or I had to depend on someone to get me to work, oh, please believe whatever I can do to assist you, I am happy to do it because you're making my livelihood that much better.
Right.
You're giving me a chance to blossom, grow, and thrive.
I remember, I have to say this. I remember coming up. I think I was getting out of going through a divorce. And mind you, I come from a well-to-do family, and I really, anything that I asked for, I really could get it, right? But I didn't want to lean too much on my mother. So you were spoiled? Absolutely, 1,000%. But I wanted to hold my own. When I got a divorce, I went into the shelter at Carriagetown. Okay. And I think I told you about that. I felt like me being an adult and being grown, I had to handle this the best way that I could for me, not to lean on my mother. Right? So I did that. But nowadays, if you suggest this to these kids now, why don't you just go to the shelter? You can get an apartment kind of fast, or you can, maybe get on Section 8. Oh, no.
Devil's advocate. What you mean go to the shelter? You got a house. You can help me out. Why can't you help me out?
Because you're grown. And I feel
that's what you tell us.
Yeah, that's it, because you're grown.
But I made a mistake. I need help.
No, you can't have no help. I'm done helping. Helped out.
So you done with me? So it's like that? So yeah. you ain't my mama no more.
I'm gonna always be mama. But you need to thrive on your own now. Because when you don't follow the rules
I followed the rules.
No.
So you can't loan me $500.
Oh no, that's dead. So since that's dead, you need to go on down to Carriagetown and see what they can do for you. But now these kids that's taboo. No, I don't want to go down there. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not. What do you mean? I said I did it, and it was the best thing that I ever could have did in my life. And I felt so good about it because I did something for myself. Because mind you, I went from home to marriage, and I never really had my own. So I felt so good that I didn't have to depend on my mom or nothing like that. It was something that I accomplished myself, even though I had to depend on the system. But I had to. So,
Ma, you telling me ain't nobody ever helped you get nothing?
Yeah, my mother them did, but I want.
So why can't you treat me like that?
No
help.
I had gotten I was grown. My mother said, "I'll help you." She offered, but it was my mentality. I didn't want
your maturity.
Yeah, it was my maturity and my mentality that I got this. And I would have felt crazy. I felt like, no, let me do this.
And see, and in my situation, I was forced into growing up because my mother passed away when I was 16 and I was living with my grandmother. But again, there were rules.
Absolutely.
And I still had to go to school. I still graduated. I still got my diploma. I still did all these things, but I needed to be, I thought I was grown. I kept saying I was grown. I had to get on my own to find out that I really wasn't grown and I still needed help.
Yeah.
But my grandmother was there to help me because my mother was already gone. Yeah. And I'm thankful to that. But she wasn't finna just give me because I asked. Yes, right. I had to show and prove. Yeah. Show and prove. And a lot of our kids today, and not just mine, but a lot of kids today don't show and prove. They take more, what is it? They want to take more from you than what they give you. Yeah. And it ain't the fact that they can't give you much because they don't have much, right?
Right.
But respect and goes a long way. And effort.
Respect and effort. Show me the effort. If you show me the effort, I'll give you a mile. You show me a quarter of a mile, I'll give you 2 miles. Just show me something. Mm-hmm. But these kids and these young adults, they call them these YNs. I'm gonna tell you what, man.
The YBs and the YNs.
No, they gonna learn.
Well, now you're talking about a whole different group. With the YNs.
That's the same thing.
No, so we talking about us now. So we out here.
No, you're not a YN.
No,
he's the devil's advocate.
Oh,
YN, you talking about us now? Like we did something wrong. What we supposed to do? Y'all done left us. Y'all don't think nothing about us. We can't even read all this other stuff.
Well, you know what? That's what I would say. What's wrong with you? Why you can't read? What did you do?
Because ain't nobody taught us nothing.
You was in school. You skipped school. Right. You skipped school. So
I didn't skip school. I got beat up at school, so I had to fight back.
So you got beat up at school. You had to fight back. But did that stop you from coming home and trying to read?
You was at work busy.
Did that still stop you? Where's your motivation?
You was at the club doing all kinds of stuff.
Where's your initiative?
Because you got to think about the age. The YNs is talking about from 18 and younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I consider the age.
So, and then we talking about children that are in the age range of y'all children. Like, so you was at the club all the time, huh? Dad, I don't know where you was.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. But I know I got 16 brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, you know what?
And I just killed 2 of them.
You are the devil's advocate today. That's
the life.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
but it's the truth,
I don't even know how to wrap my head around that to even answer that.
Because what's a family? I don't know what a family is. I barely know who you are.
Yeah, it is some kid, and you know what? And that's when, like you said, that's these mental places.
I was before I got my car, I'm catching the bus, just saying hello to a young cat. He looked at me with the devil's look, like
black eyes,
like I would murder you right here in front of everybody just for saying hello. Mm-hmm. And I went to everything all right. You ain't got to talk to me. Mm-hmm. I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's
true. You better
true.
make sure you be all right. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying hello. So I had to digress because my temperament goes from like when somebody's being aggressive, when a male is being aggressive,
0 to
like
1,000.
It's like I want to react, but I'm like, I ain't got no gun on me and I don't want him shooting up the place. So let me just be quiet and sit down because this ain't no fight. It's just somebody want to be left alone.
Right. So I feel that that whole devil's advocate skit you just did is very very heartbreaking because there are kids and young adults out here that are still living like that and being that way. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you another one. I had a relative.
Stop.
A relative that people, when I moved back, this was 2014, 15. Such and such, blah, blah, blah. All that. He ain't like that. He ain't about that life. He ain't and all that. So I went to go talk to such and such. And such and such literally said, Negro, you don't know me. I will right here. I said, he had a t-shirt and jeans. I was like, stop playing. He pulled this big giant revolver out of nowhere. Wow. I was like, wanted to laugh, but then I'm like, this dude I don't know where it kept. What magic trick was this where you got this from? So we talking and all this other stuff, and it just, he's changed 1,000%, but I had to invest in his life. Oh, wow. Not just words, not just time, but literal. For me, my thing is, I want to see you survive. Then I don't mind putting debt on my name in order for you to have life on yours. You know, So it's just a space that we have to choose in order to help people grow, because everybody, I believe everybody wants to be the best part of themselves, but most people don't know how to get there.
Right. That is a struggle.
But
for some
I
people.
think too, back when we was coming up, it took a village. And I don't know if we still keep that same concept of having a village, like what you did. Sometimes we have to step up, even if we don't even know that person, and we see somebody struggling mentally, and for somebody to pull somebody to the side to see and have a little small conversation might save a life.
It might.
Do we get that a lot now? That's what you call having a village.
Not like it used to be, but
Not
yeah,
like it used to be.
It's folks that do it, but sometimes it's the folks that shouldn't do it that do it, because they got numbers that they trying to reach, and those are financial numbers.
And so everything is money now.
When they see people that are broken, they know how to put things in those broken people's hands. Whether it be the young ladies that like, oh, you look good on the stroll right now. I'm gonna send you to 5 different states, and people gonna love you. You want love? I'll show you love.
Yeah.
I'm about to take you to Detroit right now. Come, jump in the car. Look, I got clothes for you, all that stuff. Don't worry about it. And then as young men, it's like, man, do you understand? You can go to such and such place and scamming. Boy, ain't nobody gonna take you to jail. Scam you, just go in there. Who gonna know you?
Yes.
$10,000, no problem.
Good point.
That is a good point.
It's reality.
It is reality, and it's scary reality.
And me saying it could be dangerous to my health.
Exactly.
Right.
But I'm saying, my thing is, who's the other people? Where the pastors and the preachers and the other folks, or the people with the jobs that's saying, hey, it doesn't matter if we do a job fair every week for the rest of the year, we're going to make sure that we get 8,000 people hired from here to Wisconsin. What we watching our leadership that we have in the highest level of our state, or not just our state, but our country, is on a pedophile list. Got 37 felonies. And so who are you going and taking all the money that they can through all of their friends? But yet saying, I'm doing the best for you. How?
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
They're pathetic.
I ain't gonna say all that, but because the pathetic part would be if they did it and then nothing got up. But these people are getting something out of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they
telling you that they told everybody what they was gonna do, and they doing it.
Exactly.
And they showed everybody, look, I'm for whatever I can get out of this stuff. And then maybe hopefully it works out. But we watching ourselves run into a brick wall, and
daily,
our kids, our children, our future
ain't
gonna be able to pull us back up and get out of that brick wall.
And that's why when we show empathy to people, we're letting them know, like, I understand, I feel you. But when you're showing empathy to people, at what point are they going to say, you know what? If they see that I'm struggling, they see I'm going through this, they should basically, that other person should say, you know what? They are really trying to help me. I really need to get myself together. And if they can't think far enough to know that you're a problem or you're an issue, and somebody's saying, I'm going to walk in your shoes with you. I see what you're going through. Here, let me coach you. Let me help you. Right? When you do that, and then a person turn right around and look at you like you ain't done nothing.
Social media helps too, because social media is one of those things where everything magically is great. You know, everybody taking pictures of their favorite food or their vacation and all this. Ain't told nobody that they couldn't afford the vacation, and they had to do some weird stuff for the food. And it's just it's making everybody else believe that this
is easy to do.
Right. So and then
you got filters and all this extra stuff.
Yeah, all these things that are barriers to common sense, and I don't understand why people are. Me as a person that doesn't have children that I know of, I don't understand when smart people that I know that have children, that people that have great jobs and all, don't use the same common sense and the logic that they did to get the jobs, to get the education, and put it on their children.
Yep, that's true.
Period.
That is true.
I think sometimes they might do, but sometimes I think it falls on deaf ear.
I think if
do.
if it was, then it'd be a coalition of parents, whether it be mothers, fathers, both together, black, white, Indian, Asian, and then like, look, we are not going to keep on doing this with you, you know, or like Hang Fang, this is going to happen, and like Lika, Baba, you doing all that stuff. That everybody's coalition, like these
and
children.
That's how they be started. We're not going to keep doing this.
Yeah, because this is an American issue. This is an
American issue,
right?
You know, it ain't just in my household or her household or your household. Well,
they mean
you don't have to go through that in your household. But.
Or you will get beheaded.
My parents got some knucklehead stories of me. I ain't nobody's perfect child.
All right,
but and my parents, we've had gone through World War 17 just to get to where we are now.
Exactly.
You know, so but for me, I just never. I ain't innocent. I let my parents tell whatever they tell about me. Whenever they want. But I've come through some things to where, you know, like, George, what is your problem? Do you know how good your parents is? Who parents? My parents. When they been my parents? Oh, you know. So I've been an egghead, ignorant. Son, I'll sell dope before I do that. Like, what? Who taught you? Ain't nobody in this house told you. Like, you do what you. Okay, yeah. So my dad, his biggest thing for me was like, what's it called? Peer pressure. He said, "There's no such thing as peer pressure, son." Why he whooping me? It's like, is your peers getting this whooping?
Like, you getting the pressure.
So as soon as your peers get the whoopings you get, then you tell me about peer pressure. Peer pressure don't exist. You do what you do because you want to. You make decisions based on what you want to do. Now these decisions that you make got you right here wondering why you're getting this whooping.
Absolutely.
So I'm like this. I don't care what people say. I've been in some dark spaces. When it got too dark for me, I don't do it. You're gonna have to pull the trigger because I ain't doing that. I know I done got myself in some stuff, but I ain't doing that.
I got myself in some trouble helping a friend or whatever because I felt I had empathy for them. But I was the pathetic one because I'm the only one that got in trouble and I'm still dealing with it. So, but wow. So, you know, I really appreciate you all joining us today and chiming in through all of what we're talking about, our rant and raving. Just know this, we do love our family and friends and our children, but sometimes it is healthy for us to express ourselves so that we don't implode off of issues. And that's why I love it when you all get on a line and chime in with us and let us know your thoughts. So I really appreciate that. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Out of the Mud on all of the social media platforms that I listed earlier. And just to let you know, we'll see you on Sunday, and she'll see you on Monday, then I'll see you on Wednesday. But don't forget to check out the other shows throughout the week. Whenever you see that red line around that Out of the Mud symbol, you know somebody's online.
Absolutely.
Right. Anything you want to add to our show before we end today, Stephanie?
No, I think we covered a great deal, and hopefully someone out there is listening that could take, you know, like, you're not by yourself.
You're not. We are all
we
in
all
this together.
Some kind of way are dealing with our children, grandchildren in some kind of capacity.
Sometimes nieces and nephews too. Some people have custody of their nieces and nephews and things like that.
So hopefully this show helped.
I hope so. Somebody. I really do. And I do need to say one thing. I got a new book, y'all, that's coming out. It's called Untitled, Tales of a Sinner. Everybody's got a little sinner in them. And some of us have sinned and then repent but sin again. So hopefully... So hopefully we'll get a chance to... you'll get a chance to see that real soon. And again, thank you very much for tuning in. She's just so cute. Ooh, oh yeah, she got some real deal stuff. Thank you again for tuning in. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. And red alert, RBT.